Happy Monday.
That didn't sound like a happy Monday.
It was an order. Have a happy Monday. It's Morton, who's Luann and Tim. I'm Tim, and this is not Luann.
Nope.
Who are you?
I'm Alex.
Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you. Alex Parr is filling in. Friday and today. Hand. This is your last. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, nice to meet you. This is your last day today.
For a while. For a week.
And then
a week and a half ish.
No, week? I go on vacation next week, and you're back for a whole week. And then I'm gone for 2 days the week after.
Just when you thought you were off the hook.
It's going to be Alex and Lou next. Mm-hmm. Skip to your Lou. So, did you have a great weekend or not?
No, you had to bring up today that Kawhi left. Now I'm miserable again.
He's going to the Clippers.
I'm in my feelings.
Where did the Clippers play? Los Angeles?
Yes.
Los Angeles Clippers, they play basketball?
They play basketball as well. If Kawhi switched sports, I'd be impressed.
So what happened? Why? Why did he not? He won the, what did he win? The NBA championship.
And he was the MVP of the final round of the playoffs.
And it was the Raptors won for the first time in their history. Mm-hmm. And now he says, see ya.
I'm going home.
Why?
He's going home. He wants to go play at home.
Is that where he lives?
Yeah.
He lives in LA?
Yeah, and then he said, if that team can go get me another superstar to play with, I'll go home.
Who'd the Clippers get him?
Who'd the Clippers get him? The Clippers got not Russell Westbrook, Paul George, the other guy from Oklahoma.
Is he
he was nominated for MVP of the season. So Kawhi's like, yeah, I'll go play with him.
So without the other really great player, the Clippers probably wouldn't.
Probably not, no.
And so really it's about being home, I guess. He doesn't want to be on.
I don't think he liked the winter. I think he really hated the winter.
Really, eh? Mm-hmm. Suck.
And also, Toronto media was really harping on him. Like when he came.
I wonder how he got along with Drake.
Oh, apparently Drake was a part of the Raptors' pitch to keep him. Drake was going to put him on his record label and do a bunch of different things with him.
Kawhi was probably like, you know what, Drake is just so overbearing.
Yeah, and Kawhi is such a mild-mannered guy. He's like, he goes the same way that we come to work. That's how he treats basketball. It's just going to work,
just going to work.
So yeah, he wasn't really
going to work and making how many millions?
Probably like $40 million a year now.
Mm-hmm. I wish I could dribble. Well, I can, but I don't get paid a lot of money for it. You ever watch me drink a cup of coffee at 7 a.m.? Hey! The bottle cup challenge thing that Luann talked about last week. Sorry, if I'm talking weird, I can't hear it in my right ear. I got my annual case of swimmer's ear. Every year. I got a tear in my eardrum, and every year I get bacteria in there. Bacteria. Anyway, I can only hear in mono. What was I saying?
Something about the bottle
cup challenge. I'd never heard of it. Luann talked about it.
Yep.
Okay, so then I found Mariah Carey doing her version of the bottle cup challenge.
Yep.
You want to see it?
I do want to see it.
This is Mariah Carey.
I didn't want to hear it.
So this is the bottle cup challenge. For those of you who don't know, it's like somebody walks up and they're supposed to like kick it.
Yeah, somebody will hold a bottle and they'll film it, and then
somebody's supposed to like kick and unspin the bottle cap and make it fly off. Mm-hmm. So Mariah Carey has her own version of the bottle cup challenge.
Mike says we've got a video of it now.
Okay, let's check it out. Mariah Carey bottle cup challenge. I don't know if that's real or not.
There's no way.
But
There's
no
way it's real.
Well, the note is real, but the bottle kept flying off. I don't know how they did it. Okay, now, but then you showed me the real deal.
The real deal. Justin Bieber. So he's been calling out Tom Cruise lately, saying he wants to fight. And there's nothing more than I want to see in the world than Justin Bieber and Tom Cruise go
You really do want to see that?
I really, really do want to see it.
Why? What do you think would happen?
I feel like Justin Bieber would win. I know, and a lot of people are against me on that.
Plot cleaned?
I think he would too. Tom Cruise is 56, 2 inches shorter than Justin Bieber. Bieber's 25. He's in his prime. And after you watch this video, I think I might convince a few other people that Justin's ready to bring it too.
All right, Justin Bieber bottle cup challenge.
Yeah. This could be Tom Cruise's head.
Like, are you kidding me?
Like what?
Tornado spinning.
And he says before he does it,
he says
this could be Tom Cruise's head.
Yep.
That's wild.
That is pretty impressive. I can't do that.
Justin Bieber's pretty cool. Would you like to meet him? Not a big deal for you?
I mean, like, it'd be cool.
I thought you'd be like,
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Some of his songs are pretty good, but like, I don't know. He also like flipped off a picture of Bill Clinton when he was 18 at that bar.
Oh, and he peed in the bucket.
Yeah,
He was a kid.
I know. So That's what I mean, though. He's just any other person.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of kids, that Disney kid,
Cameron
Boyce, 20 years old. What?
He had a medical condition.
And he had a seizure in his sleep and passed away.
I know a lot of my timeline's filled with people going on about
what a tragedy.
Rest in peace, and that they grew up because they're the
Did
same
you ever
age.
see? You're not familiar with the actor?
No, not too much either. I know he's been in a few things like
TV show Jesse, apparently.
Yeah, and he was in the movie with Adam Sandler, the one I can't think of, Grown Ups.
And then also there was a Disney franchise called Descendants. He was involved in that as well.
Yes, also heard that as well. It seemed like a promising career.
Goodness, that's terrible. Another youth who's very well known in the world.
Oh yes.
Malala Yousafzai. Yousafzai.
Yes. Perfect.
Malala Yousafzai. Okay, so Malala is the young lady. She's Pakistani. Okay.
Yep.
The Taliban came into Pakistan. I made a little rhyme, but it wasn't a good rhyme. The Taliban came into Pakistan, and they wanted to implement Sharia law, which means that women would not be allowed to vote, they would not have jobs, there would be no dancing, no television, no music. All the girls' schools would be shut down, and any schools that weren't shut down would be burnt down. Girls were not allowed to get educations under Sharia law. So Malala was keeping a blog, The Life of the Pakistani Girl, and was being done with the BBC, in cooperation with the BBC. So she was blogging about what was going on, she was an activist, basically saying that they shouldn't be doing this, that women deserved equal opportunities for education and employment. So the Taliban told her to knock it off. She didn't listen. She kept on blogging. She kept on working with the BBC. So one day on her school bus, riding home from school, a gunman walked onto the bus and asked all the children on the bus, which one is Malala? And if you don't tell me which one she is, I'm going to start killing people. So they identified Malala. He shot her. She lived, and she became this. Well, she is now the youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner in the history of the Nobel Peace Prize, human rights activist. So she's quite something, this young lady, and she's done inspirational, motivational speeches all over the world, and she got to meet Quebec's education minister, Jean-François Roberge.
Oh, yes. I remember what you were saying.
And they spoke about education and international development. And it was pointed out to the minister, this is a bit hypocritical, because if Malala came to Canada, she wouldn't be allowed to speak in a classroom or teach in a classroom unless she removed her headscarf in Quebec. Sorry, in Canada, in Quebec. Because of the bill that they passed recently that says no religious symbolism if you are a public employee.
Maybe they were speaking about that. Let's.
So they were just saying, you know what, Minister Jean-François Roberge? Maybe you want to consider that law? Anyway.
Hopefully that's what they were talking about.
No, they weren't talking about. They were just talking about education, and here he is. Oh yes, you're wonderful, and isn't she wonderful? But if you came to Quebec, then you would have to remove your headscarf to be in a school. And he says, well, that's because we are along the lines of many other freedom-loving countries who just don't want religious symbols in there. Whatever. Okay.
Let people be themselves. Trump's
all upset too. Oh, he's mad. Because Fox News is turning on him.
Doesn't like the
weekend newscasters, the weekend news anchors on Fox.
What does Trump like?
He says they're as bad as CNN and NBC.
How dare they?
CNN and NBC and the failing New York Times because they're quoting the New York Times. So they're basically saying the truth about Trump, and he doesn't like it. And so
the truth was put into some choice words, to say the least.
What he said was, Fox is forgetting the people who put them where they are. In other words, because he got Fox ratings, he thinks that they should only say nice things about him. Ridiculous.
Are we going to talk about the setting that kind of provoked this?
What was it?
The newscaster
that was one of the things that happened on the weekend was the bar in France.
France, yes.
Because FIFA.
Cup. Yes.
The women's, the U.S. team won the Women's World Cup Soccer Championship.
Yes.
So there's a Fox News reporter live in a bar in France, a local bar, a local pub. And he's saying, here we are, we're celebrating the win of the U.S. team. And before he can even get partway into his little coverage, all the patrons in the bar start chanting, and they drown him out. And what they're chanting is, F Trump.
Thought I was going to have to censor you there.
No, I'm good at that way.
Okay.
Screw you. Censor me.
Well, I'm going to censor you right now because we're
Why?
running out of time.
Oh, shoot.
So, before we go, we gotta
Trump. Oh, sorry.
we have to thank KC Security, someone that we would never tell F to.
They were tweeting all over the place this weekend.
They were busy.
I stayed home all weekend, so I was living vicariously through KC Security. But yeah, they sponsored the show for a whole month now.
Whole month?
Thank you.
So KC, thank you so much. But who are we going to be speaking with quickly after this break?
We're going to be speaking with.
It's Monday, okay, Tim?
Okay.
Don't make fun of me.
More coffee. We're going to be speaking with. Don't you put your lips on my cup. You'll get an ear infection. Can that happen? They're going to be. Who? I'm going to be speaking with. Ooh!
I know.
Josh Ingram from the Downtown Association. Something's going on. Something exciting is going on. Yeah.
What?
Well, I don't know. We're going to find out when Josh Ingram tells us. Okay. And Rotaryfest is next week. Yes, it is. Because I'm on holidays. Because that's why. Because I love Rotaryfest. And I want to win one of the 5 cars. So they're here to talk about the 5-card draw. And what are you doing on this show?
News, of course. Lou's not here.
So then we'll see you with the first interview in how long? 30 seconds or a minute?
Couple minutes.
2? I'm having more coffee. We'll see you in 2 minutes. Don't go nowheres.
Northern Credit Union.
I didn't know that. This is Josh.
Hey there.
From the Downtown Association. We were just talking about the fact that Josh and his wife and their kids watch the show in the mornings, and I love that.
Absolutely. Love the pieces on the piano. They were
The Downtown Pianos.
Loved it.
Was the Downtown Association kind of involved in that? Or that was more Future
That was more
Sault Ste. Marie, right?
Future Sault Ste. Marie, yeah.
And the school boards, obviously. So, okay. I always love having Josh on the show because he, especially this time of the year, you just like bring summer with you. Because one of my favorite things in Sault Ste. Marie is summer downtown.
Me too.
So much going on. Rotaryfest is coming up.
Yep, absolutely.
But even before Rotaryfest kicks off, you've got something going on the 11th of July.
Yeah, just a few days from now, on the 11th of July, from 5 to 10 o'clock on Spring Street, on the corner of Spring and Queen.
Gotcha.
There is our last community art project that we're putting up with Future SSM and Jerry Rugg. His name is Birdo, is his artist name.
Yeah.
He right now is doing a whole mural on the side of the 496 Queen Street Rolling Rock Pictures property. It's
Rolling Rock, for those who don't know, Rolling Rock Pictures just purchased that building on the corner. I don't know if they purchased the building, but they got the second floor.
They did. They purchased the building, and they've been renovating the second floor for about 6 months. And on the side, Jerry is producing a mural that has like a stallion on it, which is their logo, which is really cool.
Oh, so Rolling Rock is a Toronto company that they do editing, they do post-production stuff. Yeah. They'll do like sound matching up with
mixing.
Mixing. And so that basically, if someone is filming in Sault Ste. Marie, like Hallmark.
It's everywhere, though. It's not just Sault Ste. Marie. People will film around Canada. They send it via the cloud to Sault Ste. Marie, and their team in the Sioux will do the work.
Work on it.
Like send it
And
out.
they're going to have somebody there 24/7. Did you know that? Like, so basically, if you wrap at 3 a.m. filming, because they do, your stuff can go right to this, and they have like a couple of overnight suites and stuff, and the editors can stay there. And
amazing. No, I didn't know that part.
They at least have one overnight suite where an editor can, and they're going to have staff on rotating schedule. So anyway,
I love it.
The Rolling Rock Pictures, welcome to Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah, for sure.
They're going to have this big mural.
They're going to have this
How many are there all together now? Is this the final mural?
This is the 5th and final for this year.
5th and final for this year.
This is an annual thing for sure. So this is the end of this year's season.
Who initiated this project?
This was definitely Future Sault Ste. Marie put it inside of kind of their cultural plan. It's something that the association has been looking at for a few years too. So it was really great for them to kind of spearhead it, and we just jumped on board, no problem. It's going to live at the Downtown Association's office in the future.
Okay.
This was definitely a joint project together for the first year to get off the ground.
So what happens between those hours? What time did you say?
Yeah, we're going to run from 5 p.m. to 10
5
p.m.
to 10 for 5 hours. What are you going to do on Spring Street?
We have live music. We have our jumbo games again. We have some street meat. We have a bar on the street.
Street meat.
Street meat. That I always like to. It's slang here, but we're gonna have some food vendors down on the street.
Okay.
Come on, get with me.
I don't know. I see them from Church Street in Toronto.
Get our mind out of the gutter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's going to be a really good party. So that's Thursday the 11th. And then the very following Thursday, we have our kickoff that happens right around Rotaryfest, July 18th, from Pim to Spring. The big one. The first big one.
You did this last year too.
We did, absolutely. So
I went to one. I went to one that was so amazing.
Had a good time?
Yes.
Good.
The one that I went to was the one that was by Lop Lops that time when you did that block.
That's this one. That's this one. So it's going to start at Pim Street.
I was there last year. It was great.
It was phenomenal. We have so much good program. We got the Northern Cruisers. We're going to be doing a show and shine for Arch like we did last year. We had 72 cars last year. So we're going to do that again.
Show and shine for Arch?
That's right. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you're into old school vehicles, any vehicles,
are they going to be all along the street, like on display?
All along the street. Yeah. You can walk down the middle and you can see them on either side. Then at the end of that block, boom, you take over. We have kind of an entertainment block with Lop Lops and all the different bars that run inside of East to Brock.
East to Brock, yeah.
East to Brock.
There's a lot of them. There's Smokies, there's Lop Lops, there's Top Hat, there's
Main Street.
Yeah,
Jay
Main
Caroline's
Street's
is licensed now.
I know. We have licensed patios
licensed
in Sault Ste. Marie
patios.
on Queen Street.
Breuer Jensen is a new one that's inside of there too.
I was just in North Bay recently.
Yes.
Our downtown rocks in comparison to North Bay.
You know, my vice chair always says we have such the most beautiful Northern Ontario downtown that you could ask for.
Queen Street has really. I mean, I feel like we're not trying to revitalize Queen Street anymore. It feels like Queen Street has been revitalized.
I love it.
I think you guys have succeeded. I think we're there. I mean, there's still a little more to do, but really, I think you guys have done it.
Thanks, Tim. We'll call it stage one.
Okay.
And we'll say we have some more stages.
Because I love
to go.
hanging out down on Queen Street now.
That's the goal. That's all me and my wife did on Saturday.
Did you have more stuff to talk about on that one party? So we got.
Oh yeah, we just have
cars. We got. You're going to do music again?
Yeah, absolutely. In every block, there's going to be a stage and live music. In every block, there's going to be a licensed bar. The middle block is going to be the entire block. The other two are going to have kind of pop-up locations. We're going to have food on the street as well, kids games, bouncy houses.
This is the 18th Thursday.
That's right.
Starting like at 5 or what?
6
p.m.
6
so
p.m.
after rush hour.
Yep.
Rush hour.
Sault Ste. Marie.
After the bicyclist goes home.
Yep.
We're gonna go. No, and then we're gonna. So the streets will be shut down. So be prepared for that.
We're just going to be closing Queen Street though this year. All the side streets are going to be open.
Oh, you can drive through?
That's right.
That's a good idea.
We're gonna, you know what? We've heard people say that there's been a little bit of issue with that, so we're gonna do that this year with all our large parties. We're gonna keep all the side streets open.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have a little extra volunteers and security to make sure everyone's staying safe. But people have been very respectful in other years when we haven't done that.
Yeah.
So yeah, bouncy houses, kids games, you name it, everything.
All those sidewalk games with the giant chests and all that stuff again.
Absolutely. Yeah, all of that'll be there.
Okay, July the 18th, and then we have Rotaryfest.
Yep.
And then there's something after that, Josh?
Yeah, you know what? This year, the Downtown Association has been doing cruise ship markets. We've done our first couple, and they've been pretty successful. So they're open to the general public.
Markets, you mean at the Roberta Bondi Pavilion?
That's right. So
when they get off the ship?
Yes, exactly.
It's about frickin' time.
Yeah.
No, because you know what?
Yeah.
Until you guys came along, I was always saying, like, what? You get off the ship, there should be... And I'm still waiting for... I would love to... Can you push for this? An Aboriginal presence, First Nations presence, Indigenous people's presence.
For sure.
I really think it would be really cool for them to come up and see jingle dancers and drummers and stuff like that. So
what this year's really piloty. We only have limited funds to work with, so
of course.
So we're doing some bigger ones.
Okay.
Here and there.
What kind of vendors? What kind of market is it?
You know what we had last night was one of them. I was there last night, and it's phenomenal. Anything from a couple downtown association vendors like Ivory Lane Collective, which is the bridal shop. They came down to one. We have like the Farmhouse Collective. You know, they've come down to ours. Stork and Bundle. Cornucopia.
So these aren't necessarily vendors that are artisans. These are like actual stores that are bringing representations down.
It's both. It's both. It's awesome.
That's really great idea.
Phenomenal. So June 22nd is the next one.
As you say, it's not just for the people getting off the cruise ships. It's for everybody. And imagine how if you're getting off a cruise ship and you walk into this marketplace and it's already populated by the locals. You're going to love it, right?
It was great. And it's for everybody. Yeah. So come down June 22nd and enjoy that too.
June 22nd is the next Night? Is it nighttime, Josh? What time is it?
I don't know what time. You'd have to go on the
whenever the
downtown
ships
page.
come in, where's the page?
Downtown Association Facebook page. You'll see it right there.
That was a good way to wrap up our segment, to go to the Downtown Association page. Everything you need to know is there.
That's right. Tim, always a pleasure.
Okay, so I'm going to see you. Oh, I'll see you a lot because I'm on vacation. So I'll be downtown hanging around.
11th, 18th, 22nd.
I got those on my calendar. Okay, Josh Ingram, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for all you do.
Thanks for having us.
And we'll be back with Alex, a little more banter after this on Mornings with Luann and Tim and Alex. Happy Body Painting Day.
Happy Blueberry Day.
You surprised me with that. Body Painting Day. They come up with the craziest things,
I don't know.
What was the one that you found?
National Chocolate Covered Almond Day. I think that's a pretty good one, though. That one I'm not complaining about.
Chocolate covered almonds, blueberries. I love.
Blueberry.
But are they ripe yet?
No, they come into season in Canada
Later.
mid to late July.
It's Blueberry Day,
Almost.
but I don't think you can actually pick a blueberry
Almost.
yet. It's more like late July, August.
Yeah,
isn't
you
it?
just go to
We used to get them
one of the bushes in a metro and you pick them off the wild
I
plastic
suppose you
container.
could just go to Metro and say Happy Blueberry Day.
Yeah, not the same though. I like your intent to keep it.
Body paint. You know what? You could
Why?
combine them and paint your body with blueberry juice.
You could, I guess.
Okay, I was asking you about flight travel.
Yes.
You've only flown once?
I've only flown once.
Where'd you fly?
Just to Toronto.
Yeah.
Only an hour and 15 minutes.
Pretty short flight. Did you fly back too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good then. You've flown
3 hours experience, or
Yeah.
not even. I'm
Okay.
a pro. I'm a seasoned vet.
I was looking at a thing on Twitter about the 9 most annoying things.
Whose mouth isn't working right now?
Annoying things passengers do. One of them is they correct people's speech. No, I'm just kidding. 9 most annoying things. I did it again. Annoying things. Okay, so it's my ear. I can't hear M's and N's. What do you think would be on the list? What's an annoying thing that you were only on the plane for 3 hours? Did anything annoy you, or are you just too overwhelmed and awestruck to notice?
No, I was like nothing. It wasn't even that really heavily packed. The plane.
Did you wear headphones?
Yes, I did wear.
Why?
Headphones. Because I was just doing my own thing, you know.
What were you doing?
Listening to music, playing games on my phone.
Really? Did you take them off when there was beverage service going on, when they were asking you?
Yes.
That's polite of you. Because one of the most annoying things, annoying things that flight attendants say is customers who keep their headphones on during beverage service.
Well, people exist. I'm not just gonna. I don't want to drink, so.
They also say not acknowledging them at all.
Yeah.
Not acknowledging flight attendants during a conversation when they're talking to you, not to acknowledge them. Can you imagine how rude that is? Also, touching them, reaching out and touching them.
So this is the most annoying things passengers can do to the flight attendants.
From a flight attendant's perspective, one of the most annoying things is when you touch them to get their attention. Don't touch. Hands off.
Excuse me. That's all you have to say.
And also, underestimating the importance of the flight attendant's role. A lot of people think that they're just there because they're like glorified servers.
Not really.
It's safety.
Mm-hmm. They do the whole
role of. If you've ever been involved in any kind of turbulence or something's gone wrong with the aircraft, that's when you really see the flight attendants doing their job, because it's all about safety and security and knowing exactly what to do under pressure. It's not about making sure you get a coffee in seat 9A. But I mean, that's part of their job too.
Next time I fly,
hitting the call button for no reason. Well, who would do that? Leaving a huge mess.
Well, of course. I mean, how big of a mess? Yeah.
We flew back, Keith and I flew back from a vacation once, and there was a large family, extended family, taking up several rows. You could see like mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and children. On nothing worse than a long flight with children. Anyway, there were kids, they were taking the magazines out of and just tearing strips off the pages.
What?
And throwing papers on the ground. And the parents are just sitting there having conversations. The kids were the mess on the floor when that group left the plane. I was disgusted.
How long was the flight?
3 and a bit hours, but that's just from like whatever Caribbean place we are to Toronto, and then you got to fly back home again. Anyway, changing seat assignments.
Don't do that.
Just
don't.
They have to do a head count and stuff, and people are supposed to be where they're supposed to be. You can't do that. And also, if anything happens and you're in a different seat and they don't know who to identify what, you know what I mean? And being impatient about getting rid of trash. I'm kind of like that though. Once I put everything in the cup like the map. I'm like, take this away. I don't want the dirt in front of me. I'm not going to do that anymore because then annoys them. Annoys them, yeah. Okay, so next is
the news. I knew that.
There you go.
I knew that. It's the news next. So, I didn't need any reassurance on that to make sure I was confident in my answer.
We'll be back in just a moment with the news from Alex Parr. You like ice cream?
Normally, yes.
I just bought some.
Did you reach to the very, very back of the freezer?
Why do you do that? To get the coldest stuff?
Now I do.
Oh, because of the...
I don't want to touch the first one anymore.
Because... Tell me why.
The ice cream liquor.
So have you heard about this story? Do you know where it happened?
Texas?
In Texas?
I believe it was Texas, if I believe my memory serves me right.
So they got somebody on video. Mm-hmm. I didn't see it. Did you see the actual video?
I have seen the video.
So what does she do?
She opens the freezer.
Yeah.
Takes the ice cream out, removes the lid. Lid, back in the freezer, closes the door.
So, is that her doing it?
That is the video.
Wait a minute. No, really?
Yeah, that is from the video.
So wait, she took her own video of her licking the ice cream, putting it back?
I believe she either took it of herself or whoever she was with took it.
It turns out, okay, so she's with a guy.
This is a twist. Like, if you thought you knew this story before.
So she does that, and then meanwhile, the cameras in the store caught her,
yes,
right?
Obviously, yes.
Right. So somehow they managed to identify her.
Mm-hmm. Now it's tampering with like a consumer product can put you up to jail to 20 years with a $10,000 fine. 20 years.
Except for the fact that now they can't reveal her identity because once they discovered who she was, they found out she's a minor. She can't be named because she's a juvenile. The person she was with, however, is substantially older, like in his 20s, I think, or early 20s, something like that.
That's what you were saying, yeah.
So this was just for kicks. Man.
It's gross, though. I saw one after, and I hope that they just did it for parody's sake. Someone went into a grocery store, pulled the Listerine off.
Oh, that was somebody. Now, it was either, I don't know whether it was would you say, it could have been someone who was trans, or it could have been somebody who was a drag queen, or it could have just been somebody who's a cross-dresser.
Yes.
I don't know what the person was.
Either way, regardless,
Listerine.
People can do whatever they want, and that's fine.
Spit it back in, put the lid back on, and put it back on. But now when you open a bottle of Listerine, there's a snap, crackle, pop.
There should be a snap. So that's the only thing making me think that maybe it's not real.
And with ice cream, like when I buy my Haagen-Dazs.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Fancy.
There's the thing, the peel, once you take the lid off, there's another layer you gotta peel off.
So to protect from those things right there.
Tamper-proof. Right? I would.
Saliva-free ice cream, please.
Anyway, so
the Listerine made me.
There's the story. Never take the ice cream from the front. Always reach further back.
Yeah, the Listerine one made me cringe physically in my seat.
All right.
Imagine.
Okay,
let's talk about something not gross now, please.
Okay, let's talk about Rotaryfest.
Okay, I like that.
Let's talk about winning a car.
I feel like I need a shower.
You need to win a car.
I would love to win a car.
I would love to win a car. Well, actually, can we take the money instead? Let's find out from our next guests. From Rotaryfest, 5-card draw coming up right after this. Here we go. Paul Wall's in the house. Hi, Paul. How you doing?
Great.
Welcome to Mornings with Luann and Tim.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
We have a family history. Well, your uncle.
My uncle, yeah.
Is Mike.
Michael Walls, yeah.
And his father, so your grandfather then.
My grandfather's Paul Walls.
And Paul, and you're named after him.
Yep.
And that was the gentleman who owned Walls Camera Shop.
That's right. He was on Queen Street for I don't know how many years?
Ever. That was our camera store.
Yeah, and he was a Rotarian too back in the day. Yep. So
You're celebrating how many years as a Rotarian now?
6 years.
6 years?
Yeah. So my uncle, my father, my grandfather, and now myself.
What a great tradition. You're like the Hollingsworths. They did the same thing through the years.
Hollingsworth, yeah,
for
great
sure.
family there too.
That's really cool. It's a great experience, isn't it, being a Rotarian?
You know what it is? I've always been taught from my family, if you have enough, don't always try stockpiling it. Always make a larger table than it is to build a fence. Always give back to the community.
Yeah.
So that's what my family does, and that's what Rotary does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of work with children, right? Rotary.
A lot of work with children. Thrive Rehabilitation Center. That's our big donation group that we do in town. Children with physical and mental limitations or disabilities, but we do a lot for the community beyond that, though. But our children are the main focus.
Wow. When you guys do this sort of fundraising, like the Rotary, the 5-card draw.
Oh, that's the hospital.
What's this one called?
This is the Take Your Pick draw.
Sorry. The hospital one's done. I didn't win.
Oh, it's okay. We have Rotarians that volunteer, and actually some Rotarians work at the hospital too to help with that.
This is my second chance. Where do you work?
I work at El Gomestilo. I'm an environmental officer there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We need you. So now listen. So you can take a pick. There's a truck or a car?
That's right. So we actually have 3 prizes that you can pick from.
Okay.
So the winner
the poster's up right now. Look at that.
There you
Nice.
go.
Okay. So what?
It is an amazing Ford F-150 XLT 4x4, and it comes with the Can-Am Defender, so the side-by-side and the trailer.
Wait. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You get that too.
You get those both. The trucks from Maitland Fords and the North Shore Sports for the Can-Am trailer. Or
wait, the prize value is $98,356.43 for that.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh!
It is a very big prize, and if you can actually see it around town. Usually, we're at our sites where we're selling. So for Canadian Tire, Pino's, or Metro.
In the parking lot of Canadian Tire,
you'll see them all
Metro.
around.
Okay,
yeah.
so we're gonna get up close and personal if you want to take a look at it.
Absolutely. Next prize that they can choose from is obviously the big winner from last year, but also the one that had the greatest interest. It was the Corvette.
Corvette, a 2019 Chevy Corvette.
Chevy Corvette.
From where?
Grand
Prowse.
Sport. That's from Prowse.
Right around the corner.
Yeah. They wouldn't even let me drive this.
Really?
I asked, but I got to sit in it last year, and it's an amazing car.
Again, the value, 98. This is how much a car. This car is valued at $98,632.05.
Exactly. It is it's an amazing vehicle. And then this is the most popular prize that people usually take.
Yeah.
$75,000 cash.
They go for the cash.
Usually it's a check.
Really, eh?
But like last year, the winner took the Corvette.
He did?
Oh,
or
she. Couple. And it was an amazing vehicle, and it was awesome to hand over the Corvette keys to them.
Did you get to go for a ride finally?
No. No, they wouldn't let me. But like I said, usually people take the cash, but with the great dealerships in town that are sponsoring with us, it's always a great opportunity to give a car away or some money.
The dealership, so you've got Maitland Ford and you've got Prowse. Are they Rotarians? Is that how that works?
There's always a connection through Rotary.
Always a
and
connection.
You know what? They've been with us for years.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to actually have that connection, not just with big names like Ford or Chevy, but with local dealerships that have been established in the city.
Yeah.
And it really helps return it back to the city itself.
Hey, speaking of local, the money that you raise, does everything stay local with Rotary?
Yes, everything stays local with Rotary in town, and we actually have everything from, like I said, the Thrive Center.
Rehabilitation,
Yeah, to
for children.
Everything from even the YMCA is possible. But it all stays local here in the city of Sault Ste. Marie.
Now this draw is happening on the 20th. Is that the last day of Rotary?
It's the last day. So we do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So the draw happens on July 20th at 11:45 p.m. in Clerg Park.
Does it go on? Did you do it on stage during like the music concert or whatever?
Yeah, we actually stop the last band. We go up on stage with the drum. We do the draw live in front of everyone, and we call the person. So
right there
and then. So sometimes people pick up right away when we call them, and sometimes it's like last year.
Do you do like speakerphone over that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So it's kind of amazing. But like last year, the individual was asleep, so they called me later at 4 a.m. when they woke up, or 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
So usually
11:45.
11:45. So even if you're asleep, that's a good phone call to wake up to.
Oh, absolutely. So tickets, we're going to find them all over town, right?
You'll find them all over town.
What's some locations that are for sure? If I go somewhere, where do I know I'm going to get a ticket?
Usually Canadian Tire, Metro, usually in a lot of stores in town too, like Sioux Mill. They will carry them at the counter.
Across the Hollingsworths. Yeah.
But you got to be careful because last year we sold out. So a lot of people were coming to the grounds and asking, where can I buy a ticket? Where can I buy a ticket? On Saturday, we were looking at them. We're saying, I'm sorry, we're sold out.
Oh my God.
So we're encouraging people, if they want, to get the tickets early.
Okay.
You can always buy them on the ground during Rotaryfest if we have any available, or on the parade route. But please get your tickets early, because last year we did have a sellout. Actually, we had 2 sellouts the last 2 years.
That's fantastic. Do you know how much money that ends up bringing in? Is there, or no? Is that too difficult a question?
It all depends. Also depends on the prizes that they take. So the certain prizes are worth more.
Right,
so
that makes total sense. So now, a busy time for you. What kind of stuff do you do as a Rotarian when it comes to the actual week of Rotary or the days of Rotary?
Well,
so is it really only Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
It's only 3 days.
It always feels like it's a week, but it's just 3 days. You pack so much in.
Yeah, we start actually this week, Saturday. Saturday, we start unloading everything, and we start bringing it all down, and we have a crew of volunteers and laborers, and we just basically build the entire grounds 4 days, and then we have at Clerg Park. We have a festival for 3 days, and it takes 1 day for us to tear it all down, put it away. And the only thing we don't do in that week is sleep. So we're up constantly, and we're go 24/7.
Wow, amazing job. And volunteers.
Volunteers. If anybody wants to volunteer, because we go through hundreds and hundreds of volunteers, the hours, not just for putting up, tearing down, but even volunteering in the kids zone, making sure the kids are safe on the inflatables.
You know where I'm volunteering?
Yes, you get to volunteer.
Well, I'm doing 2 things actually.
Oh, you're good?
I'm going to do the Clean North.
Oh, excellent.
I'm going to go and help sort out the garbage.
Yeah, that's a huge thing for us.
You're going garbage free.
We're going garbage free, so everything that they can purchase from the Rotary food tent is all biodegradable.
Everything. From the cups are made of corn, like corn syrup.
It's a corn syrup and a paper material, to everything, even the containers.
Cutlery, and they've gone out of town. I think it was Northern Ontario or Eastern Ontario. They got the cutlery, wooden biodegradable cutlery, no more plastics, right? And we're going to be sorting, and there's going to be a garbage tent, and you can volunteer to go and help sort with Clean North. And then I'm volunteering to, well, I got invited.
He gets to be the
taste tester
and one of the judges for the Rib Fest.
Judge for Rib Fest. So I thought I had to choose between taste testing ribs and chicken, and you told me
you get both.
I get both. You've wanted to do this forever, but you can't.
I can't. I have to be independent.
Arm's length, right?
That's right. I have to be independent.
Okay, so you can just watch me and eat your heart out as I eat those. And I said, I get a full rack of ribs from every single rib vendor.
Every single.
And I said, I could just go for a couple bones. And you said, oh.
Nope, you got to taste the sides. You got to taste the crisp, the soft, the tenderness.
You've been watching this for years now.
For 5 or 6 years, I get to watch people taste test these ribs, and I don't get a bite.
I'm looking forward to seeing you there, Paul.
Oh, I'm looking forward to.
Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So it's the Rotaryfest Take Your Pick draw. Buy your tickets now. Don't be disappointed. $20. And you can have a choice of the Ford F-150 truck plus the Can-Am Defender and side-by-side, or the Chevy Corvette, or $75,000 cash.
Exactly.
And not only help, everybody wins. The kids win, Rotary wins, we win, community wins. We're winners.
Winners.
We'll be back after this to say goodbye with Alex.
Thank you.
Are you kidding me? A Chevy Corvette?
91?
What?
You said it was in 1991?
I'm a liar. No, not 2019.
Oh, okay.
Is that right?
That makes much more sense. But either way.
$98,000 valued at. And the Ford F-150 truck with a trailer and a side-by-side valued at $98,000 or $75,000. I'm going right now to buy my... Do you have $20?
I don't have $20 on me, no.
Do you want me to buy you a ticket? You can pay me back?
Sure.
Okay, but if I win, I'm keeping them. We'll be back. Hey, Luann's home tomorrow. Bye, Alex.
I thought you'd be less excited.
It's Luann.
I know, she's great.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
See ya.